we thank you for bringing us here today, Lord, to do the district's business. We ask that you give us wisdom and give us guidance, Father. Lord, we thank you for those that operate this district on a daily basis, Father, whether they're at central office or out at the schools. We ask that you guide them each day, Lord, and give them wisdom as well. Lord, we love you. We thank you for so many blessings. In your name we pray. Amen.
The flags back here back. Attention, salute, flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. So the first thing you'll see on our agenda is meeting procedures, and those just basically say that if you would like to appear in full board, then you have to have requested that before tonight, and if you'd like more details on that, we can give them to you. There are agendas available back here if you'd like to grab one of those, and then we will move on. So we will start off with recognitions. Actually, here's the agenda. We're going to approve the general agenda before we jump into it. Okay, so we will take a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. That passes. So now we will move to recognitions.
Ms. Teresa Jenny is our Assistant Superintendent of Elementary. Jenny,
Excellent. Good evening, everybody. As Dr. Quick said, my name is Teresa Jenny, and I have the privilege of serving as Assistant Superintendent for the district. And tonight we get to celebrate some children from Lumberton Elementary that have done an outstanding job on the Mississippi assessment that we give at the end of the year. You might hear your kids call it a state test, and that's exactly what it is. It measures everything in ELA, math, English language arts, let me say that, math and science on the grade level standards in grades 3 through 5 in our elementary grades. And the children that we're going to celebrate tonight are ones that performed at a level 5, meaning in the advanced range. This is the highest level that a child can receive, and so we are very proud of their accomplishments. So, and some of them, when I announce, you're going to hear that they earned a level 5 in more than one subject. So be listening for that, because we've got some really outstanding students that are performing very well. And we are proud of their hard work, and I'm going to ask Mrs. Kelly Ruth, principal of Lumberton Elementary, to come up and help me hand out the certificates. All right? And she's like, oh, it was homecoming, and she's the pop to the rock. So here we go.
do you think, Teresa, that we just ask them to stand up front?
I'm good with that. Dr. Gray, are you good with that? So I guess I'll hand you the certificate. Okay. The first child we're going to recognize is Kenneth D. Booth, level 5 in ELA. Okay, we'll do 100. Okay. Ezra Davis.
It's not okay.
Well, say excuse me, baby. He's just gonna stand there.
You going this way? Y'all to my If y'all are staying and y'all want to go sit, you can. There's seats now. It's Michelle Riddle. Hi. Michelle, you mind coming on up here? We'll let you go as soon as we get quiet. Wonderful. Yeah, I'll just stay right here. That's okay. So the way that we do this is we, and they probably told you when they called you on the phone, so we're going to be 3 minutes in Lance, with my clock keeper, because I can't do that. That's his job, it's very important. And when it goes on, you know, he's just going to let you know.
I'll just kind of raise my hand up for 3 minutes, but I'm not
I'm
going
gonna
to.
be less than 3 minutes, y'all. I'm just gonna go down this and everybody's signatures to you guys.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, so you can go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Hello, and thank you for hearing me speak this evening. I would like to start by showing all at least 500 some signatures that we have here. On the petition to change the graduation ceremony back to the customary traditional day of Sunday. This has signatures of the senior class of 2026, as well as underclassmen, parents of seniors, alumni, families and people of Lumberton, everyone not included in the decision changing Lumberton's graduation, basically. Everyone who has signed cares about the customary tradition of Lumberton's graduation ceremony for this year and years to come, and we matter and our opinion matters. Next, let's talk about the customary tradition of Lumberton, and I know that's repetitive, y'all, because I'm trying to get that in. This is a tradition of 46 years.
I actually looked it up.
Mhm.
I'm going to pause for just a second. I
No,
actually
that's
looked it
fine.
up, and what I found, I just looked back to 19, was
Mhm.
that it's the last 3 years it's been on Sunday, but what I found was that before that, it's been on Saturday. Because I thought the same thing. I thought that it was
okay.
always on Sunday, and so I
Right.
just went back and looked because I was curious too.
Sure.
And so,
No, I thought that it was a tradition for it to be on Sunday.
and it might
So
be
my
that it was an
apologies if
anomaly
that's
those
not-
years that it wasn't.
If that's not true, then I apologize, but I'm pretty sure we're kind of standing on that. That's
Okay.
kind of my thing right here, so thanks.
Go ahead.
Okay, so some parents of the seniors have reached out to me because they work Saturday and they will have to miss their child's graduation. I mean, that's really sad, y'all, really and awful. So Sunday is more accommodating. We set up a gymnasium all the time, no matter what. They don't mind. I spoke to the people that set up the gym. They don't mind. That's what they do. They set up that location and they set up our field. Let's see, at 9 a.m., it's going to be too much for the senior girls to get up and try to make graduation, curl their hair, do their makeup, look good, feel good, get their mind right, and get ready and get out to the football field by 9. It's too much. People traveling in town, they'll have to stay in Hattiesburg because it's the closest place to stay with a hotel. That's 30 minutes out. You know, that'd be great to drive, trying to get to a place you've never been before to watch your kid's graduation or your relative's graduation. You know, you probably can't if you think you might be late. So graduation is a once-in-a-lifetime milestone that should be celebrated and allow the seniors of 2026 the experience of the Lumberton customary ceremony on Sunday. Changing the date back to Sunday ensures seniors of 2026 and their families the opportunity to enjoy the milestone and celebrate their achievements without unnecessary hardship. In conclusion, we are asking Lamar County Board of Education, y'all, please, I mean, please, y'all can have your Sunday, the rest of the Sunday, just let us have Sundays back at 7 so we can do our graduation, huh? We sure appreciate it. Everybody on these papers right here. I mean, this is a lot of work. And I'm not the only one that did this. The other parents that did this, Raise your hand, girls, you got it. That was awesome. Look at, she brought all these today. Just now, right before the meeting started, so.
Well, I was just gonna tell you what I found when we looked at it.
Sure.
So in 25, it was Sunday at 7.
Okay.
In 24, it was Sunday at 5:30, and in 23, it was Sunday at 5:30.
Okay.
In 22, it was Saturday at 10 a.m.
That beer doesn't count.
21, 22.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
2022, because everybody always says, ew, that year, don't say that year.
21 was Saturday at 7, and then 20 was COVID,
Mhm.
and then 19 was Saturday at 7. Because I honestly thought it had always been 2, so I was curious to look it up.
Okay.
I will
Well, I
tell you
appreciate
the
you looking
logic.
it up. I wish you would have let me know that prior
Well,
to
then that's okay.
standing here in front of
No,
everybody,
not
but
at all.
that's okay.
No, that's okay. I'll just tell you that the logic behind it is
Mhm.
that we keep having this thread right.
I understand that, but you know what,
Purvis
that's
issue
not,
is such an
I don't
issue.
understand how that became in Lumberton's lap, because our issues are not in Purvis's lap, they're not in Oak Grove's lap. And the thing is, they have prime nights, Thursday night and Friday, 7 o'clock. We have Saturday morning at 9. I mean, even Baxterville has 7. I know that you guys are gonna rotate, that's great. I have a senior this year, my last child. I'm 54. If y'all don't think that I wanna get up and try to get all this ready to get out there and watch him graduate, it's just next to impossible, you know, for me. I just really
wanted
hope.
to just at least speak to like what the theory was. You know?
No, I
And it's
understand.
so hot, too,
And you know
so-
what, I can say this too, like you could fit, our high school in Oak Grove's, one of the recreational centers they have. Let them figure it out. That, you know what I mean? Not like let them figure it out, but they got room, y'all, plenty of room. And guess what? They could be nice and go, hey Purvis, why don't you come over this night or this day? That's not our thing. That's not our thing. You know, our thing is
Yeah,
Sunday at 7. You know, I mean,
I appreciate it.
that's it.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I'll let you go.
Thank you so much. Okay, so is Amber Madden?
Yes.
Oh, yes, Amber, okay. This is Amber. And same drill, Amber, we'll give you 3 minutes, okay? And, again, he's not gonna cut you off if you hit 3 minutes or anything, it's just to kind of, is that a balloon?
On January 24th, 2024, my daughter had her first show choir performance. I attended with my ESA, which I had documentation for my position. Both administrators escorted me out solely for having my ESA with me. I filed a complaint with the state board. Their response was that ESA policies are left to the discretion of each school district. The final show choir performance was in May. I wanted to attend, so I tried to contact Dr. Hampton. Despite multiple attempts, I never received a response. I was treated like a criminal for simply needing a documented and legitimate accommodation. September 11, 2025, PHS posted on Facebook that a therapy rabbit was brought on campus for Suicide Prevention Week. This demonstrates that the issue is not about the animal, but rather about application of policy. I'm requesting that the board reconsider its stance on ESA for school functions. Establish district-wide policy so that decisions are not left to individual administrators. It has become heartbreakingly clear that our youth are struggling with mental health. Within the last 2 years, teens from our district have taken their lives. When bullying goes unchecked, when cries for help are ignored or dismissed, the costs are far too high. Our students are telling us through their silence, struggles, and absence that what's in place is not working. We must listen before we lose another life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming. Sharon. Okay. So we are going to pick back up on item 7, the approval of the September 9th, 2025 minutes. So we will take a motion. Motion.
Before we do that, Mr. Chris, do you have an item that you want to discuss?
It's gonna be under.
Under consent.
Okay, sorry.
So we'll take a motion for the approval of the September 9th, 2025 minutes. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. Okay, and so Mr. Walter. So, Ms. Walter is going to present the 24-25
graduation rate continues to climb for our district. Remember, this is a year behind, so that 24-25 is really for the graduating class of 2022. Still consistently performing above the state. For our English learners, we saw a slight increase in our district. This past year, they actually had a new assessment, so they had to do some upgraded scores for this.
The state got a huge jump on this.
The next few slides are not necessarily a part of the accountability model, it's just information that we thought that you'd like to see. So third grade K, our pass rate for this past year was 6.8. This is only for first-time testers, it is not complete testers, and we're still consistently ahead of the state. Next is graduating class ACT average. The class of 2025 data, it always comes about right after the season, so that is not there yet, but you can just see a brief summary so you can see how the school district performs in relation to Mississippi and national averages. For the junior class, also a 3-year view of juniors, we're going to do the junior statewide assessment for ACT. Lamar County compared to Mississippi and the national average. So you can see our juniors are stacking up pretty well compared to Mississippi.
You just, excuse me, the changes that have been made in the ACT, those are going to really show up this coming timeline, which you said we haven't got. Do you anticipate an increase on that because of the changes? No idea.
No.
Okay. I know they don't like it.
Let's hope it helps everybody. That means help, right? Okay, so I'll have just a few slides here with regard to changes to accountability. So, U.S. history, CCR acceleration will be reallocated into an area called the readiness index. So just that little bottom part of the pie there, that is 3 areas, which I'll go into a little bit more detail on the next slide. So for acceleration, it's essentially the same as before with your AP or credit international certifications, but they are changing how the participation portion is calculated. So you can no longer have weight for students that participate in more for AP courses or credit or national certification. So it'll be a true percentage calculation of participation. For your assessment and achievement portions, students will be assigned a point value based on their performance on those assessments listed there, or based on their endorsement of their diploma.
Does the fact that we don't have those ratios in the SAT affect how we're grading these things?
I don't think so, because when students participate in the ACT, typically their SAT or their work piece is going to line up with that performance there. So every now and then you have a student that will outperform in one of those other areas versus ACT, but typically students, that is a standardized test. So that's the end of the presentation. Are there any other questions that I can answer for you?
I would just reiterate something that Rick said earlier, just mention the changes. That the U.S. history test, again, will no longer be factored into accountability or cause a student to be in danger of not graduating. The CCR acceleration, she just explained that the bigger picture is the cut scores for those proficiency, those accountability levels, the A, B, C, D, and F levels will change. And we don't know what those are going to be yet.
Is the anticipation that it's going to be harder to be A schools? And that's what has been rumored.
The rumorings that we're, that we're hearing is going to be much higher level. And this is what you talked about with acceleration, not getting any bonus points for multiple courses taken by individual students is also going to affect that.
It's one of those things that, schools will adjust, people will adjust, and we'll work to meet it all.
Well, the positive is that everyone will fall under this, and so every district will deal with the same situation. So,
And there are some things that we've walked with myself and our team focusing on the gain some points that we may have missed in the last year or so. We'll be working with that as well as continuing that quality tier 1 instruction inside the classroom.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you explaining it where I can understand it.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we will move now to the approval of the monthly financial report for June of 2025.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. Now the approval of the fiscal year 2025 short-term loans.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's unanimous. The approval of the fiscal year 2025 actual budget.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
That one passes. Next is the consideration of a resolution opposing public and private school choice program. I'm sorry, I didn't use the right breaking those words there. I'm going to read it again. Consideration of a resolution opposing public and private school choice programs that undermine public education. Do you want to speak?
Yeah, just, it's no secret in the last several years in the legislative seasons, school choice has been a topic that's been talked about a good bit. Me and several other Pine Belt superintendents have met with a local senator discussing this as well, and just what we feel are some of the dangers and pitfalls that would affect public schools, Lamar County specifically for us, if school choice were implemented. Now, there are various array of different, when you say school choice, whether it's allowing public to public transfer, public to private, private to public transfer, different things of that nature, and we just don't know what the legislature is going to propose. There's been a lot of talks. I was last week and a half at a committee meeting that Representative Owen was filling in for the chair. They were running that meeting and had two individuals who spoke against school choice and why, and two individuals who spoke for school choice. And again, they're just trying to get information, but the big deal that we keep getting asked as superintendents, well, what's the compromise? Where can we meet in the middle? And really, we see as public school superintendents know nothing good for our students, that there is no compromise, that we would not lose money, wouldn't affect our communities, it wouldn't affect our instruction in the classroom, many different things, capacity, and so several municipalities, as well as a couple other school districts have banded together and started having communication, superintendents and their leadership, and looking at resolutions showing that we do not support school choice in any form or fashion, because we just don't see any positivity that would bring to Lamar County schools. And so we have before you a resolution that's been drafted very similar to another school district up north that we're in communication with, and just ask that you consider expressing an opinion that we are not in support of.
Everyone viewed the, okay, so we will take a motion.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And that's unanimous. Thank you. Next is the approval to accept a bid from JEM LLC for the Edinburgh High School children replacement. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval to advertise for bids on the distributed firewall project.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous. The approval to advertise a reverse auction for weapons detection system.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The consideration to charge a fixed asset custodian for Chromebook.
Yeah, I put a note there. This is two Chromebooks that were destroyed in a house home fire, and because of what we need to have something on the books about what we do with that. I recommend that we dismiss this and do not charge those individuals for this, due to the nature of the disposal.
I make a motion we do not charge. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the change to policy IFG.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And then the approval of policies with no change, EBBD, EP, FFA, and JBG. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. Next we have board attorney matters. None tonight, okay, we like that. Land manager matters, Mr. Simmons.
All right, so the first one we got is a approval of a new 40-year residential lease agreement for Mr. John Silas. This is an old 99-year lease, and we use the tax assessment certificate on this for property $734. The old lease amount was $255. The rental adjustment will be $345. This is over in Summerall and Patterson.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes.
And then the last lease agreement is the approval of new 40-year residential lease agreement for Broomville. This old lease was canceled due to non-payment. It was canceled in May. The old lease amount was $500, and we used the tax assessor's certificate for property value. And the new lease amount will be $575.
Okay. Is that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That one passes.
The last item I have is the county has approached me about a tower over at the intersection of Purvis Ola Road and Jude Yon Road. And it's over where that RC runway is, you don't know where that is, but the concern is there's some sizable trees that would be classified as commercial timber. And we're talking about pulpwood grade trees around the guide wires to the tower. And they're concerned if one was to fall and land on the guide wire, that it would cause, some issues greater than just cut a few full-time trees down. So,
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. Is that, with this paperwork is here?
yeah, that's just backing up that the Forestry Commission approved and agreed with what I was saying.
Just the details of that. Okay, thank you so much. Our next, Dr. Quick, Superintendent's report.
Yeah, afternoon, evening. Ms. Jenny, if you want to start us
Sure.
off,
Just
she's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Just real quick, I've got two quick things. I'm excited to report that phase 1 of our playground upgrade has been complete, and we have new playground equipment at Overton Elementary, Purvis Upper, Oak Grove Elementary, and Jefferson Todd Educational Center, and I am telling you, the excitement is contagious. I had the opportunity to go out and talk to some kids and some teachers. Not only are the kids excited, but the teachers are, because the kids have new places to play, and the teachers are excited, but the kids are expending all kinds of energy. Get all the wiggles out, and they're ready to learn. And the last thing I have also includes Dr. Gray and the secondary programs, but we've made an intentional focus on vertical alignment across our district. We had the opportunity on our professional development day for teachers to come together, and then on our all admin meeting, administrators to come together to talk about vertical alignment, not only curriculum, instruction, and procedures, but also operational things to help our students and our schools. So we have vertical alignment within our schools across grade levels, from gaps, to strengthen each grade for our students going from grade to grade, and also across schools within our school zones, getting our elementary, middle, and high school administrators and leadership teams together in order to collaborate and help with the transition from building to building. That's all. I don't know if you want to add anything.
Thank
You said that perfect.
Okay.
Okay, just from the secondary level, guys, just recently completed benchmark testing for our EOC semester high school courses. Very pleased with the preliminary data that we have from our benchmark. So our teachers in our EOC courses for high school customized instruction based on our students' needs as we enter into state testing, and that's right around the corner. That will be right after Thanksgiving break. So just very excited about the preliminary data that we see in our EOC testing courses.
That's English language.
That's English 2, and Algebra 1, and Biology 1.
Sorry, I wasn't
And as
clear.
Brooke stated, U.S. history, we no longer benchmark since they're not required to test for EOC state testing. So very excited about that data. We had a professional development day for our science department on September 29th. Our middle school teachers met at Oak Grove Middle School, led by Kelly Holland. I want to publicly thank Kelly Holland from Oak Grove Middle School and Jamie Sorrells from Summerall High School. They led that professional development effort with our science department. Again, as Ms. Jenny stated, lots of conversations about our pacing guides, our GPS, vertical alignment, just to ensure that we're customizing instruction for our students as we enter into the benchmark season for our middle schools and for EOC testing for our high schools. So very, very excited about the work that our teachers are doing in terms of vertical alignment in our science department. Our secondary teachers also met at Oak Grove High School's PAC on the latter half of our professional development day for some professional development with Reach Mississippi. As we know, we talked about, I think that was Ms. Matton that stated self-care is very important, but we know intercession, we completed intercession last week. That was a success for us. Our average daily attendance for intercession this time was 532, which is a slight increase over last year's numbers. And remember, we decreased intercession by 1 day this semester. But each day, on Tuesday, we had 715 students. Wednesday, we had 721. Thursday, we had 650. And Friday, we had 566. Excited from the high school level or secondary level, we offered ACT boot camps at 3 of our high schools with lots of success on that. And we also had a field trip for our high schoolers. They visited one enterprises in our partnership with South Mississippi Planning and Development. So very pleased with the results of intercession, and we're already making plans for our 2 days in the spring. Don't know how that will look just yet, but we will ensure that we customize those efforts for our students as we move into the testing season in the spring.
That's fantastic. I'm super excited to hear about the ACT and the field trip. I think those are great things that we had on high school levels. Thank you for making that happen.
And just to piggyback on that, they mentioned the professional development for our teachers, the alignment. I happened to be in the sorting room at Summerall High School and just saw the teachers working together and planning together. And not only are we trying to make it in the push in the zone, but district-wide working together and just pooling our resources together, because we know we can get better and stronger by working together. We had our all admin day, focused a good bit of our time on quality tier 1 instruction and what does that look like at each level. The big aha was it doesn't look much different from the middle, elementary to the middle to the high. It's just the change in the kids. And so we're just working with our principals and our lead teachers and what they need to look for going into classrooms and how to support our teachers in the quality tier 1 instruction. You know, that'll make our biggest bang for our buck when it comes to our test scores and just making sure our students are prepared for what's next. Athletically, just a couple things. I had a great South State volleyball match last night between the Battle of 589, I guess you'd say, with Purvis and Summerall. Summerall did advance after 5 sets, winning 15-13. So it was a very close, very 2-hour match. And so Summerall will travel to Mississippi College on Thursday at noon to play Lafayette County for the state championship. So again, very exciting for both of those teams. Excited to go support Summerall in the state championship. We also have swim, golf that are wrapping up, cross country, and all of those state championships will be in the next couple weeks, as well as band. Band competed this past weekend for their ratings festival, and they'll have the state championships on October the 25th. Dr. Gray, Ms. Jenny, and myself completed a meeting with all of our principals across the district, looking at their goals and reviewing accountability data from the past. Several of them are new to their buildings or into their zone or maybe into that level, and we wanted to review that with them, look at what they were looking at for goals and how we could best support them in that going forward. Even looking forward to additional meetings throughout the year just to review that and make sure that we're on top of it, and again, providing all the support from our office and from our level that we can for them. And then lastly, earlier you did approve the reverse auction for the weapons detection system. I did want to mention that we did pilot looking at moving to what our process and procedure would be to do that every day at our secondary or high schools, and at Oak Grove High School, which was going to be one of our larger high schools to do that, started running that during intersection. So just piloting that, looking at tweaks. Chief Hill, Dr. Gray, Ms. Twilley, her team was very instrumental in helping us work through that, and again, just trying to get ready to we can do that every day. So,
Great information. Thank you so much.
absolutely, thank you.
All right, so next we will set our next regular meeting for November 11th at Purvis Middle School beginning at 6 p.m. Any conflicts?
Good.
Okay, well, we'll take a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That meeting is set. Now we have consent agenda? I know, yes, now. Okay. Do you approve of everything on the consent agenda?
I believe there's one item that we wanted to pull.
Yeah, there is,
Under purchases.
correct, you got 2B, the 16 section leases concerning some work performed. A bill we had from the Lamar County Supervisor around $29,105. Just going to request, make a motion if we pull that in order to request additional information and a breakdown of what that amount was for.
Okay.
That specific.
Okay, so we'll take a second to pull that. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we will pull out under B, purchases,
I have one item I would like to discuss under other. Recently, we approved an out-of-state travel policy for our schools, and some questions have come up pertaining to out-of-state, obviously, within the continental United States, but what about out-of-state, meaning out of country? And I just wanted to bring that to your attention and kind of get some thoughts on what you think and more things about out-of-country travel for our students and staff.
It definitely seems like something that should have a policy, right? So that it's something we're gonna
You
have.
mean just as the same, along the same lines as approval?
Yeah, do we approve any out-of-country travel for students and staff, whether it's competitions, invitations, professional development? Do we say no out-of-country travel because of liability? There's an increased, heightened sense of going outside the country, passports and things of that nature.
I think we review it on a case-by-case basis, maybe, instead of just putting down the hammer and say no, or.
What are your thoughts?
I would have looked at something else, like maybe, my general idea of things like this is why are we creating something from dirt when perhaps we can look at what other districts are doing and see if something else has something in place. I mean, that's not bad.
You asked what about?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's a double-edged sword, because I also know that's an opportunity that doesn't come around all the time. I'm quite honest with myself, I've not been out of country. And I know for students that perform and do well, may have that opportunity, maybe they're once in a lifetime. But on the other hand, the liability, the safety, not that, something can't happen inside the United States. Sure. But I know that,
But yeah, what happens, we got students in Switzerland, all of a sudden somebody loses their passport, and who's, are we responsible? That's a great question.
But I would definitely check with some other school districts, if that's okay, and.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I like to investigate.
Well, I was gonna say,
Versus just a blanket.
give the Michigan ordinance for liability issues, I think, a little bit more in depth.
Right, because I mean, if someone gets invited to do something, I definitely
You don't want to deny
consider
somebody.
that. Yeah, so I would like to see maybe some policy that would protect us and say yes.
All right, we'll take another look, and we'll have something back to you.
Okay, that's considered. Okay, so next item that we have is to consider executive session. We do have attorney matters to discuss potential litigation. We have 2 personnel matters. So we will take a motion to consider executive session.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? That passes.
Make a motion, we enter executive session.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are in executive session.
If you're on the agenda for executive session,